Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, what's up? If you're not new to my channel, what's up? User Maddie, what's up? User Betty, what's up? And we is back here with another mother freaking video. And in today's video, I'm just gonna be doing my makeup and we're gonna be ranting. Don't mind this, but ranting and talking, but we really gotta get into it. Like, let's really get real and let's really get into the convo, because I just feel like this was something that I was just thinking about earlier, and not only earlier, but it was really just on my mind that made me want to film this video. So let's talk about it. Let's get real, let's get raw and uncut. So if you want to be here for the conversation, definitely I want you guys to start interacting with me more. Comment in the comments things that you guys would like to see, because if you guys don't comment and tell me what y'all want to see, how I'm supposed to know what the girls want if the girls are not telling me what they want to see. But yeah, I definitely want you guys to interact in the comments on this conversation. How you feeling? My upcoming business owners and entrepreneurs, you know, how do you feel? What's your word for the year? How you coming? How you stepping? And yeah, but if you want to see how we got this look and be in on the convo, keep watching this video, because let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. Let's really get busy. Let's really have the convo that needs to be had. Period. Let's just really get into it. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Yo, I don't know, but you know how people be dramatic like that, and then you watch the video and they don't be seeing nothing. Just building a hype. But no, for real, I just had the urge to film, and I do want to talk. I just don't know about what. So let's just talk about what's on my mind. So to be honest, being in upcoming and, you know, new entrepreneur, having a small business, including YouTube, because some people may not look at YouTube like a business, but it's a business. You know, it being young and trying to, you know, really start living that adult life, trying to get your life together, and, you know, things like that after you did some things that, let's say, I want to say looking back, regretful things, but then I can't even say regretful, just because that even though you might regret something, now my outlook on everything, and that's something that God has been teaching me, is that even good or bad, something is a learning lesson for you. So you just gotta look at everything as a learning lesson, and that's really just him renewing my mind and how I think, and just keeping positive things, because I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna make decisions I'm not, you know, proud of decisions. I'm just like, you know, dang, you know, if I would have did this, then this probably would have been like this. But essentially at the end of the day, you don't really know. Something could have put you in an even more hole. So it's just like, sometimes it might feel like if you had made another decision about something else, that things could have been different, you know, in a more positive way. But the fact of the matter is, you don't know that. You may think that, but at the end of the day, you do not know. It could have honestly made a situation worse, and, you know, you just don't know. So it's like, it's no point in you dwelling on a decision that you have made in the past, even if you are not proud of it, because we are human. We mess up as humans because we human. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of the times we just do things, and somebody like me, sorry y'all, my nose is burning. Somebody like me, a lot of the times when I'm over something, I make very impulsive decisions that, you know, I can look back on and be like, you know what, I shouldn't have done that. Because there are times I'll be like, dang, well, if I ain't do this, then I could have did this. Like, or it could have been like this. But it's like, at the end of the day, it could have, but at the end of the day, I don't know. And I just like to look at it as, you know, even back then when I was making these decisions, speaking on, you know, the past, when I did not have a relationship with God, I still felt like things still play out how they needed to, because looking back, for the things that I feel like, oh, I missed out on this, like, for example, I've had money for a car plenty of times. I like to say a vehicle because I always wanted a Jeep. Like, if I was trying to get something, I was trying to get a Jeep. And I'm talking about the brand Jeep. Even though I call like other SUVs and things Jeeps, but I just want to be technical because I learned that a Jeep and a Jeep and the other things are SUVs, but I call every like SUV. I don't say SUV. It's a Jeep, even though it's not the brand Jeep. It's a Jeep. It is one thing. But I had money plenty of times for a car, plenty of times, and I fumbled the bag plenty of times, or multiple times, and I look back on the situation like, dang, well, if I didn't do this with that, then, you know, and all of them, I wouldn't say it wasn't nothing. Like, it was definitely me trying to look out for somebody else, so I wouldn't say my priorities wasn't in the right place, but still, I wasn't still, you know, thinking about me in that sense, and in that instance. Like, when I tell y'all, like, I really did, there was times where I really touched a bag, and I'm talking about a bag, and it went down the drain. But I look at it now, and, you know, depending on, you know, things may have been different still, because you just don't know. It's so many multiple outcomes of the way life can go depending on the decisions you make. So it could have been good, it could have been bad, but if I look at how I am now and things that are going on now, and I just look and I be like, well, you know, let's say if I didn't make that decision of helping somebody out, and let's say I had a vehicle or whatever, and my life still turned out the way it is now, it's just like, I'm not right now, I'm just not in a position, especially me trying to build my business. I would probably really be sad and depressed, because I would be forced to really, like, I guess, take things serious, because I will have a responsibility of a car, you know, that I would have to pay for. So it's like, I feel like I was able to slack a little bit, just because the only bill I had to worry about was a phone bill. So it wasn't like, oh, I was able to save, you know, more of my money. So I was cool. I was able to save my money. I was able to still do things. I was able to still spend and go out and do these different things, because I was just able to save my money, because that's what I'm saying. So I could afford to buy and invest in business ventures, even if they didn't work out. And back then, I had jobs, but it wasn't like, you feel what I'm saying, I made impulsive decisions. If I wasn't feeling it, I was out. And I feel like now, where I'm at now, things were the same. If I had a car now, I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, if I had like bills, I would not be able to do that. And I feel like things would be different, because it's kind of like, you know, I'm forced to, you feel what I'm saying, and go and get a job so that I can pay my car and pay bills, you feel what I'm saying? So stuff like that, when I think of it, I just was not like, what's the word I'm looking for, I don't feel like, as much as I want one right now, so I see the things that I'm trying to do, I'm not established enough in my personal opinion of where I want my business to be. Because, you know, when I do get a car and get my own, sorry, my mom has got her speaker on downstairs, but when I want to get a car and get my own apartment and stuff like that, I want to be established in my business, and knowing that my businesses are not only paying for themselves and taking care of themselves, but also taking care of and funding my lifestyle. And that's including, you know, YouTube, because I just know me working 9 to 5 is just not for me. I like having my own schedule. I enjoy being home. I enjoy doing things I love, but having my own schedule. So like, if I want to go out and brunch and go shopping or whatever, and just enjoy nature for all day, and so that's what I want to do. But you know, having a 9 to 5, I can't do that. Be like, oh, I'm not coming in because I don't feel like it. You feel what I'm saying? And yes, I know you have to start somewhere, but that's just me being me and knowing that's not for me. Some people, they love their job. Some people may be a teacher, they love being a teacher, they love getting up, going to work, they love doing that. Me, it like, I love waxing, but me going to work at a wax place, it just wasn't giving what it needed to give, and I still ended up getting that state of, you know, impulsiveness and depression and sadness, because that's just not for me. I have learned that enough about myself, like, you know, that's just something, it's just, you know, not for me. I try, but that's just not what I want to do, and I honestly feel like that's not what I'm supposed to be doing anyway. But I know I have to start, you know, somewhere. Like, you know, I know that, girl, why not? But I just feel like, me personally, I'm not established enough. So I feel like right now, because I am back working, I don't like me trying to have a car and pay the car note and insurance and all of that. I'm not, no, especially not with this job. But I'm just not established enough. Like, I want my business to be taken off. I want to at least one of my businesses could take care of my lifestyle and, you know, pay for itself. That's just how my mind works. You know, I don't like doing things just because. I want to make sure I'm established some type of way before I start doing stuff and making purchases with cars and moving out. And that's why, as bad as I want to move out and stuff like that and have my own space and have a car and this, that, and third, I'm not ready for that. As much as I be thinking I am, but when I really sit there and look at it, and I sit and look at my situation, it's just like, girl, stop. And that's why I feel like, as much as I was asking and God for a vehicle, when I was going to get one at the dealership and all that stuff, I just felt like, and that's still when I didn't have a relationship with him. I think I was still at this point praying every day, but I didn't have like a relationship. I feel like that's why things wasn't coming through, because it just was not my time. It just wasn't the thing, you feel me? And that's okay, honey. But anyway, that's why I honestly feel like a lot of things that I wanted and prayed for, you know, was not answered at that moment, because I just was not ready. Like, when I really sit there, be real with myself and look back, no. And right now I want a car, and I feel like I definitely need one, and I feel like it would help. But I know I don't want to stay at this job that long. And I also know that if I do take on that responsibility right now, I would have to kind of stop what I have set in motion, because I will have to pick up more hours and stuff like that. And it's like, I already know me. I don't want to depress myself and stress myself and all that. I'm just not established enough, and that's just me. And that's why, you know, I'm very happy and glad, because, girl, child, life really could have been so different for me. But I'm just, you know, thankful and thank God that when I be swearing I got it together in senses and can handle stuff, that he's just like, girl, no. Like, even when it comes to kids, I'm so thankful and grateful that I don't have any right now, because things really would be so much different. Like, it would be so different. Like, things, it would just be different. So I'm just thankful in that aspect as well, because that's other priorities. And I just know me, y'all. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So, and sometimes I be wanting to do stuff. Like, my goal is to be able to just travel more and just, you know, explore these different places in the world and see different cultures and, you know, stuff like that, and have my businesses and things like that. And, you know, now I still be wanting to travel. I be wanting to go ahead, because I know, like, money comes and go, but it's not even about that. It's like, okay, if I want these businesses and establish these things, I have to sacrifice. Like, okay, I really wanted to go to Miami, you know, this year. Again, I wanted to go back to Miami during spring break for content for my channel. I wanted to go, but I had just started, when I was like, think about it, I had just started working this job that I'm at now. And I'm just like, okay, I can have the money by the time I want to go, which is like around this time. Usually this is like spring break. I could have it, or I'm just gonna have to sacrifice maybe not able to go this year or travel and go on as many trips this year as I would like, because I want to have these businesses. You know, I want these things to be established. So sometimes you just gotta work and grind, and once that stuff starts to pay off, then you could go ahead and start traveling. So that's what I'm doing. And you know, I be seeing people going, you know, people that I know, and it's just like, oh, you know, that was supposed to be me with them, something like that. But it's just like, I try to look at the bigger picture and the bigger goal, and you know, hopefully I will be able to do that, you know, next year, if that's in God's plan for me and his will for me. But it's just like becoming an adult, adulting life be adulting, and like I don't like it, because like who, and like, especially how things are now, the cost of living, I just feel like goes up higher and higher and higher and higher, and these any old places to live be going up higher and higher and higher and higher. And it's just like, sis, what do you don't have nothing to offer but the basic stuff? So why is rent and all this so extra? But prices going up on so many things, and it's just like, that's why I want to be established. I don't just want to go just because, you know, I want to go and I want my own space, because I know what I want. I don't want to be a old head working a 9 to 5 knowing, you feel what I'm saying, that is not what makes me happy, knowing that I have all these other talents and skills and stuff that I feel like I could be put in the show, but I didn't. And I feel like, you know, doing this now while I'm younger, and you know, sacrificing this time now, you feel what I'm saying, it's okay. Because no, I don't know how things are going to be and what's going to happen, because only the Lord knows. But I ain't trying to stress myself out at no job, be depressed at no job for what. And that's why I feel like another reason, because I would be forced, if I had an apartment and car and stuff like that, I'm forced to make sure I have a job 24/7, because I got bills, you know what I'm saying? So I like to think logically and realistically in those ways, because I know how I am, and I also know what I want to accomplish. So sometimes you can't do the things that you want to do. You gotta wait until it's time, you feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like this time is definitely about, you know, really pursuing things that I like, and you know, sticking it out for now at the job, because that is what's funding supplies. But just keep praying and working so that it don't always have to be like this, where I need a job to fund my business, where the business can fund itself, you know what I'm saying? And that's really all it is to it, for real, you know, like. And also, I just wanted to do a very light beat today, so that's why it's just very light. But like, let's talk about it. I'm setting with my Sasha Buttercup, of course. I'm gonna set, I'm running out of this, so I need to get some more, but I still got some right now. But yeah, I'm about to set with this, and I'll come back to you guys. I did a different foundation base than usual, because I wanted it to be just light, very, very light. So if it looks a little different, that's why. But yeah, so any, you know, upcoming business owners or, you know, entrepreneurs, definitely keep it going. Don't, you know, give up, but you really need to get insight on God to see, you know, if it's a good idea, what you are, if that's what you're supposed to do. But like, really take the time, build that relationship with him, so you can know, so you can learn his voice, and you know, and so you can learn his voice and know what's coming from him and what's not, you know, and coming from him. And I'm still in the process of learning God's voice myself, because everything is a process and a journey, and you don't want to start something that's not meant for you and is taking you off of your path. And you want to make sure that when you have these businesses and God start blessing you with these things, that you know your heart is in the right place. Sorry y'all, I'm all blocking it, so you could stay, you know, humble and just be prepared for, you know, anything that may happen or that may come the way during the journey and stuff like that, so you won't like kind of crash, you know, if things, you know, start going wrong. Like, but especially when it comes to being a business owner, you have to prepare for different things and different seasons, different, you know, people and stuff like that. Like, God gotta prepare you for these things so you can receive them in the right way, because you don't just want to do stuff just to have it, and then it's just like, you know, God has what's best and knows what's best, and you want to receive things from him. You want him to be able to guide your business through any hardships that may happen along the way, you know. So I was watching a podcast earlier. I was watching a Just Different podcast, and the one boy, he kept saying, you know, the word for him this year is intentional. I think he said, was it intentional? I think it was intentional. And that really related with me, because I was just like, this year, a lot of things, I want them to be purposeful, you know. So if I had a word, you know, purposeful, and I feel like intentional and purposeful basically kind of like the same thing and go hand in hand, because especially when it comes to my business, I don't want to just, you know, put things out there. I want them to be purposeful. And even if, like, when I say, you know, you have to start somewhere, but let that somewhere that you're starting be purposeful. Let it have some type of, you know, purpose too, because yes, you do have to start somewhere, but let that somewhere, let it be purposeful, you know. Like, don't just do things just to do it and you're rushing, because that's just going to set you back. And I feel like I have had my time of doing things and rushing, and it's just like, it's definitely a setback for sure, because then you have to kind of start over, and it's just like, you just rather do things the right way the first time and let it be purposeful and intentional, instead of having to go back and kind of start over. And it's nothing wrong, you know, with starting over, but it's just sometimes you can like kind of avoid certain things and certain setbacks if you just be patient and do it right the first time, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely feel like I related to that, because I definitely want things, you know, in my life now, what I do when it comes to my business, and when I'm pursuing stuff, to be more purposeful. And that's why I said in a upcoming vlog that should be uploaded before I upload this, that I feel like content, it can definitely be better, of course, but I don't stress it, because I know it's going to improve over time when I start to improve over time. But it's just like, I definitely feel like I can get better with content, you know. I'm trying to be careful. I got contacts, ain't I? But you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I'm about to finish the rest of this look, put the blush on and all of that. I never do makeup with freaking lipstick or lip gloss on, but my positioning, I knew something felt off. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm gonna do that, come back, and yeah. So yes, y'all, I'm all finished with this makeup and look. Yeah, so basically, you know, sometimes this is definitely a purposeful season, intentional. You know, sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little bit of things to get to your goal, and good purposeful sacrifices. Don't let the sacrifices not be purposeful now. But yeah, this is the end of this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Okay, but see y'all in my next video.
You keep saying you wanna talk, but what you wanna talk about? And when it's time to speak facts, you don't wanna talk it out. So don't dare question me when I doubt, 'cause I know what this